Chelsea held a conversation with Neymar about the possibility of moving to Stamford Bridge. Neymar has told Paris Saint-Germain that he wants to leave the club and Chelsea can hold the key to bring the Brazilian star to the Premier League. According to reports, Paris striker Saint-Germain Neymar might be on his way to Chelsea after his advisor reportedly continued to hold talks with the Blues about sensational moves. The Brazilian superstar joined PSG in the world transfer record of £198 million from Barcelona in 2017 and now wants to get out before the European transfer window is closed. Chelsea had previously issued a potential agreement for Neymar and could be the next most suitable destination because the discussion continued between players and clubs. As reported by RMC Sport, Neymar's salary that was too high in Paris clubs had made a number of clubs lose the opportunity to get his signature, but the status of the Chelsea Premier League and financial support means they can offer a way out to him. The Brazilian has informed PSG about his desire to leave the club during the summer transfer window. Neymar currently has 2 years left in the PSG contract with another year's option after reprising a new contract in 2021. Chelsea in a conversation with Bashir Humphries to renew his contract. According to Evening Standard, Chelsea had begun conversation with young player Bashir Humphries to extend his contract and then sent it on loan. The young man has been monitored by many clubs, including Coventry City, but the Blues' priority is to renew his contract before sending it on loan status that ended in 2024. The 20-year-old player was amazed by Mauricio Pochettino during the preseason match, where he performed in all matches. He is part of the squad that won the Premier League Summer Series in the US. Chelsea hopes to send him on loan so he can get a better experience and play for the West London team in the future. The Blues were impressed with his appearance, and the central defender was allowed to choose his loan destination after undergoing 6 impressive months in Germany with Paderborn. Meanwhile, Humphries' pre-season tour performance is more than confirming the continuation of his work with the team, and Pochettino believes he has what is needed to become a club defender in the future. Humphries is one of the young players who really enjoyed the tour and showed his talent, but there was still the potential to develop, like any player in the age group. Everton, Crystal Palace, West Ham plan Chelsea attacks for 24-year-old players. West Ham United and Crystal Palace reportedly had to fight with Everton for the signing of Chelsea defender Trevoh Chalobah this summer. According to Football Insider, Chelsea are ready to sell Trevoh Chalobah central defender this summer, with the British trio West Ham, Crystal Palace, and Everton are very interested in his services. This happened after Team Talk reported yesterday that the Blues had told Chalobah that he was free to leave the club after Mauricio Pochettino decided to contract French international Axel. Axel was presented from AS Monaco instead of trusting the academy graduate as the backup option after the ACL injury was experienced. Wesley Fofana. The arrival of Being Disasi means that Chalobah's chances of securing regular matches in West London will be increasingly limited. Pochettino usually prefers the back line of 4 people, and Benoit Badiashile, Thiago Silva, and Levi Colwill are believed to be in front of him in the order of power. Although Chalobah is very consistent for the first team since coming from the academy a few years ago, and barely made a mistake during the preseason, the road to the starting lineup of the Blues seems to be hindered at this time. The English player is in a stage in his career where he needs to play regularly, especially if he has the aspiration to break into the arrangement of 3 Lions Gareth Southgate ahead of the European Championship next year. The British now attracts the interest of the Everton Premier League team, Crystal Palace, and West Ham United. Negotiations between Chelsea and Juventus for Dusan Vlahovic are now increasingly intensive after Mauricio Pochettino wants the striker. Fabrizio Romano added that the conversation was taking place between Chelsea and Juventus, and the Blues were happy to submit the final decision to Pochettino. Now, according to Sport Mediaset, Pochettino has decided that he wants Vlahovic in West London. The Italian news outlet believes that the conversation is now heating up because Chelsea focused their attention on the 23-year-old player. Sport Mediaset added that Vlahovic itself refused to sign a new contract at the Allianz Stadium. and Juventus needed to make big sales for financial reasons, so that the Italian giant hopes that Chelsea can help them. It seems that the Blues plan to do that, with Romelu Lukaku heading to Juventus in the opposite direction as part of the agreement. Sport Mediaset believes Chelsea only offers £26 million in the Belgian player so far, with Juventus survived at a price of £34 million and also the 30-year-old striker. Interestingly, the report actually stated that the next few hours could be a determinant. Michael Ollis transfer update. Chelsea have been given another reason to consider themselves in front of Manchester City in a race to sign Crystal Palace Michael Ollis. Both clubs are interested in contracting French U21 international, but Chelsea currently appear as a favourite to get his signature with an oral offer proposed by the Blues. The proposal is worth €30 million, according to RMC journalist Fabrice Hawkins. With that, it will be sent officially after clarity is given about Ollis' injury. In a press conference in July, boss Roy Hodgson delivered an update about the future of Waz, which would not run well in South London. As quoted by Chris Wheatley, he said, "The clubs surround him and we will fight to make sure he remains with us." Manchester City, who allowed Riyad Mahrez to go, could officially make them approach Palace to bring Ollis, but instead Chelsea, who were in the forefront because Ollis was said to prefer to move to Stamford Bridge rather than the Etihad Stadium. Now, other benefits can be clarified for Chelsea in pursuing Ollis, with the potential for secret weapons played. As revealed in Mail's Transfer Confidential, Palace is currently not happy with the Chelsea approach for Waz, but Eagles wants to recruit the Lewis Hall on loan status. Pochettino offered a minimum playtime at the preseason with Ian Maatsen given minutes in his place with the Argentine player to maintain a versatile left-back at the club and thereby sending the Hall out on loan status. With the relationship between the two clubs that might have worsened, Chelsea can soften Waz's departure by sending a Hall to Palace for the 2023-24 season. While the two players are most suitable for different positions, the Hall will give a good choice of Palace as a wing-back